Carnivine, I don't want to battle right now. Please leave me alone. But Palworld. Everyone's saying the better Pokemon. Everyone's comparing Pokemon and Palworld. Which is better? Oh, Palworld's so much better than Pokemon. All I do is Pokemon content. All of the comment sections of my stuff. Palworld's better, Palworld's better, Palworld's better. Every post I see from the Pokemon company, Palworld's better, Palworld is better, Palworld is better. I'm like, all right. I want to address it real quick. Now, I'm going to sound like a hater, but like, I just want to make that clear at the start. I don't mean to hate on the game. I'm just explaining my thoughts on how it's honestly nothing like Pokemon at all, as far as I'm aware. I've watched one video on Palworld, and I've seen a bunch of TikToks about it. The video I saw was from Austin John Plays. He was doing just kind of an introduction to the game, and explaining the basic premise of the game, the purpose of it, what you do, and kind of the role of the pals in the game. And from what I saw, again, I've only seen this one video, from what Austin John Plays said, it appears as if in Palworld, the pals are just there to help you farm stuff. Like, in Pokemon, I have my party right here, this crew of Pokemon with me, and I catch them, I level them up, and we go and battle other trainers and battle other people and progress through the story. Palworld, he said, you don't use these guys to really battle other trainers. There isn't like a fleshed out story you go through and follow. There are story type things, he said, in the game, but nothing in terms of like the story of a game such as Legends Arceus right here, or the story of Sword and Shield where you go through the gyms, or the different stories in Scarlet and Violet with the Team Star bases, the Titans, and then the gyms as well. There's no like solid story such as that in the game. Again, this is per Austin John Plays. That's the only video I've watched in regards to this game. Thing is, from what I've seen with Palworld, it's more like games like Minecraft or Ark Survival than it is Pokemon. Cause in those games, you like farm materials and like you can build a house or base or something like that. What Pokemon game have you ever been able to build a house in? Like, none of them. You've never been able to do that in a Pokemon game. People are going to say, oh, it's because Palworld's better that you can do that. It's like, no, it's because that's not the point of Pokemon, but that is the point of Palworld. It's two completely different games. Palworld's more similar to Minecraft than it is Pokemon. Like, it's not anything like Pokemon whatsoever. Is Palworld a good game? Probably. I haven't played it. Do I have any desire to play it? No, because from what I've seen, it's just some grindy game where you just grind and farm stuff. Like, Minecraft is kind of like that. I did enjoy Minecraft before. I don't really play it anymore. But honestly, like, this game right here, Legends Arceus, I don't like this game very much. You guys all in the chat were begging me to play this some more, because after the first stream of playing this, I literally stopped them like, I'm so bored playing this, because I just have to run around and grind and just do dumb stuff in the Pokedex, battling the same Pokemon over and over and over and over and over again. And I watched that video of Austin John Plays, and he's like, in this game, it's really grindy, and you essentially just go out and beat the same pals over and over and over again. When I heard that, I'm like, well, it's literally, if it's like any Pokemon game, it's like my least favorite of all the Pokemon games, and the Pokemon game that's most different than any other Pokemon game there's ever been. So, like, the comparison to Palworld and Pokemon is just, I don't see it. The only thing there is the differences with the pals and the Pokemon. Because on a couple of them, the differences are very, very small. Like, G-Max Eevee, they have that in the game. Scorbunny, they have a grass or green, I don't know if there's types and stuff in that game, so I'll say a green Scorbunny in the game. Lucario, now you can argue Lucario's based on Anubis, the god, the Egyptian god and all that stuff, so that one I can understand, that one I can understand. Again, I don't know the name of the pals, I apologize about that. But there's one pal that is like a green dinosaur with a flower on its head. Everyone says it's Meganium because of the big flower, because Meganium has the pink flower around its neck. It's Goodra. It is literally Goodra with a flower on its head. They copied Piplup, and the reason why I know all this is because literally I saw a TikTok comparing every pal that is like 1-for-1 of another Pokemon. I'm like, oh my gosh. And the thing is, people were leaving comments saying, Pokemon better not sue. If they do, that just shows that they're scared of any other competition. I'm like, I'm not really smart in the gaming industry. I don't know the ins and outs and all this stuff. But like, if I'm not mistaken, Palworld isn't a game that's really competing with Pokemon whatsoever, because as I've mentioned, they're nothing alike at all. Now, is Pokemon going to sue Palworld for a lot of the designs they made in the game? Honestly, probably. Like, and you think people are going to say, oh, it's because Pokemon are scared and all this stuff, people are going to hate on Pokemon because of that, but like, Pokemon's the biggest franchise in the world. They'd be dumb not to sue them for directly ripping their designs. And like, again, I'm not saying this to try to hate on Palworld. I think it's cool to see a game like that getting this much attention and being good. Like, I don't, honestly, like, people talk about Steam. This shows how, like, I play, like, Xbox and Switch and mobile games. I don't play, like, Steam games and all that stuff. But it's like had the best release ever for a game on Steam and all that stuff. Like, it was crazy, that game at the start, and it's breaking all these records and all that stuff. But, like, everyone comparing Pokemon to Palworld, first of all, I don't think there's any ground to really compare the two because the two games are so different. Pokemon is about catching Pokemon, having them be your buddies, leveling them up, and playing through this story where you battle other trainers and become the strongest. Palworld appears to be you catch pals, use them as tools to farm materials, and build stuff like Minecraft. Those are two completely different games. Like, they're not even close whatsoever. So because of that, if Pokemon sues them, it's not because they're afraid of the competition. It's because they stole their ideas. Like, they ripped them one for one. Now, there's some other game people like, oh, Pokemon stole these designs from this other game years ago when Pokemon was first made. And, like, there are some designs that look like they were inspired by them. There might be some where you could argue they were stolen, but, like, with it being so long now, if that was a legit claim and argument, Pokemon would have been sued by then. And they haven't, and they've gone on to become the biggest franchise in the world. So because of that, that argument holds no ground. But the argument with the pals being copies of Pokemon, like, look at Scorbunny. And look at Green Scorbunny. Look at the Piplup. They have Grookey with an AK-47. Like, in the big promotional thing I've always seen of it. And then they have, like, that one big yellow guy that looks like Electabuzz. Like, you see those, and you might be thinking, well, you just think that when you first see those because Pokemon's so popular. You literally said Pokemon's the biggest franchise in the world. So, obviously, I'd think of a lot of Pokemon when I first see those type of creatures there. But they're literally one for one, pretty much. They just changed the colors. Like, that's not gonna fly. Now, I mean, honestly, best case scenario there, maybe Palworld changes the designs of some of these guys to not look exactly like Pokemon, then they can both be on their merry way. But the comparison between Palworld and Pokemon, I don't understand it. Am I gonna be playing Palworld? Probably not. I don't like this grinding I've been doing this whole time on this rant. I don't even find this enjoyable. This is boring running around just battling the same Pokemon over and over and over again. And per Austin John Plays, that's the premise of Palworld. So I don't plan on playing Palworld anytime soon. To all those that are playing Palworld, I think it's awesome. You're having fun. My little brother plays it. He says he loves it. I think my cousin was playing it as well. He said he loved it as well. So I know people that really like the game. And those people I know like Pokemon as well. So it's so cool that we have both of those games there at the same time. But one thing I want to say is, and to end this off, I mean, realistically, 10 years from now, where's Pokemon going to be? Pokemon is going to continue to be one of, if not the biggest franchises in the world. It's going to continue to go on. There's going to be new generations, new cards, new games, new plushies, new merch, new world championships, new animes, new movies. There's going to be new everything of Pokemon. What's Palworld going to have? Is this game going to be relevant in a year from now? I doubt it. If I'm being completely honest, I doubt it. So all the comparison and trash talk from Palworld and Pokemon, the Palworld people, you can say Palworld's better as of right now. I don't care, if I'm being completely honest. Because Pokemon is the top dog. Pokemon is king when it comes to all this stuff. And nothing will ever compare to Pokemon. And Palworld's cool, but it's nothing like Pokemon whatsoever.